Welcome.
Starting.
Welcome to Midweek Medicine, where you are the medicine. And this week we've got a really special week because we've got our first guest. So we've got Joe Riley at Yes You, myself at I'm Alice, and we've got Chilla, feminine midwife in midlife. Sorry. So she works with the feminine energy for midlife women. So Chilla, maybe you want to introduce us to your audience and say a little bit about yourself.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Alice and Joe. Welcome, everybody, to Midweek Medicine. And thank you for inviting me as a guest. My name is Csilla Gergely. I'm from Hungary and I live in Spain because my husband is Spanish. I am 47 years old and I have two daughters. Now they are 17 and 19. And I used to work in corporate 20 years. And 3 years ago, I left. And since then, I have been learning to reconnect and embody my feminine energy again after the masculine corporate structure. And this is what I write about on Substack. I have programs about it. I do co-authored articles featuring women. For example, you, Alice, have been already featured women over 40, over 50, over 60, and about joy, feminine essence, beauty. And actually, the next article will be about leaving corporate after 40 and what do we do afterwards, like midlife reinvention and like this. So yeah, that is like my very short introduction. I'm all about like connecting to our feminine energy. For me, this has basically, since I left corporate, this has changed my life, and also loving ourselves as women, our personality, our body, our face, our age. And this is what I some of the things I talk about on my Substack where I write.
Amazing. And so, yeah, welcome, Chilla, our first guest on Midweek Medicine. And yeah, it's always great to get other people's point of view and to connect to other women. And this is the greatest thing I think about Substack, actually, is the woman in midlife. We're all connecting on Substack, and it's really supporting each other as you are with your articles. And it's really, it's a real platform for women to speak out their truth and to gather. And share some of your embodiment practices with us and how what was the turning point? Because obviously, we've all worked in corporate and it's a very different environment. Like me now, I live in Bali in Indonesia, a very different life. And so what was the sort of turning point that, of the masculine moving more into the feminine?
Yes, for me, so I started working in a corporate, I think, when I was 23 or 24. Around that, and what we want when we are in our 20s and when we start our career is very different from what we want when we turn 40 or 50. And like for me, corporate was very much about productivity, goals, lots of responsibilities, stress, and after a time, and never doing errors, always being perfect, always being the best. Comparing yourself in the evaluations, in the reviews to other people. You are always like valued based upon your productivity, how well you do things, and after time it became very exhausting and very stressful for my system. And then at the end I had I had some phases when I had to do like more routine work, which was obviously not, I wasn't living up to my full potential, because what I'm doing on Substack now, writing like these co-authored articles, for example, featuring 12 women in one article, and it's very different and it's very creative and exciting. So I was basically burned out. I was burned out. I didn't know in that time that this was burned out. So, I mean, I just knew, I mean, I didn't feel, I felt bad. And now I know that it is burnout. And I had an opportunity to leave, and then I took the decision and I left. I still had like a safety net because I do some export freelancing work, so I'm still also doing that. So it didn't just like go and then you don't know what you are going to do. But yeah, that was my story. And for me, like connecting to my feminine, I also started it doing many things I started doing before leaving, because when my second daughter was born, I realized that like I saw that I need to dedicate time to myself, because I had a toddler and I had a baby, and I just needed time to myself. So I signed up to yoga classes, and that was like once a week, and then that was like my moment. And then a couple of years later, when I was 35 years old, I signed up to belly dance classes. And I wasn't a dancer when I was a child or a teenager, so it was like a new thing. I saw a performance and I was like, oh, this is beautiful and I want to try this. So I signed up to belly dance. I started going once a week, and then twice, then 3 classes, so it just like became more and more. And so while I was in corporate, belly dance and going, like having a fun moment, joy, moving my body, doing something completely different from corporate. I work in finance, doing something completely different from what you are doing in your job, in your work, is has helped me a lot, and I love doing it. And also, like, it made me forget, when I was dancing in class, it made me forget everything, like all the problems that you have, like they are forgotten.
Yeah.
And yes, so there was dancing. I recommend it to now I pole dance. I'm not in corporate anymore, and I started pole dancing when I was 46, last year and a half ago, and it's amazing. I recommend it to, like, dancing to any women who want to, I mean, we just need dancing, because it is beauty, it is self-expression, movement, fun, joy, it is just healing. It is just so many things, dancing. Yeah, so that was a big thing for me. For example, there is one.
Yeah, I mean, we can forget ourselves when we hear the music. You know, we have memories. We start dancing. You know, we remember when we were younger. We just forget everything. You know, put some music on and we're dancing. We're in that moment. So that's what it is. It's coming back to the present moment. You know, when we're in the moment, everything is amazing, right? It's when we start worrying about all the things we have to do at work, and the pressure. And yeah, of course, I've had burnout quite a few times actually in my life. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of inevitable, really. As you know, being in a corporate job, they just pile on the responsibility the better you get. You know.
Yes, it is. It can be very draining. And when you are like in your 20s, you, like when I was in like 20s, wow, I work in a multinational company. This is so cool, right? and then you become a mother, and then you also like want to be with your children, and then you turn 40 and you start seeing that this is not what you want, and then it becomes even more difficult. And some people leave, some people don't, but even while in corporate, we can do many things.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it's finding the time to be creative and find the things that bring you joy. And really, if anyone hasn't started dancing yet, we need to all dance. In fact, we should start dance now.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. Dancing is very healing.
Yeah, exactly. Joe loves to dance. I mean, you're actually getting into your body, because we can so disassociate from our body and just be in our mind and just be, in the spiritual, or just in our heads. So it's really good to actually get into the body and connect, because it's vital. And learning new things. That's what I was, for me, it's like finding the creativity through what we do, and connection with other people. And this is why we all love Substack, because we're connecting with so many women around the world. And that is the beauty of it, because we're all, what I love about Substack, and I've been saying it to so many people, you should be on Substack. Substack's amazing. It does all this stuff for you. It's a whole business in itself, and it connects you to such amazing women. And it's really is a different energy. It's a different energy. It's an energy where I feel women, the feminine, can express. And we're not being like, oh, you're this, or I'm so great. It's just like everyone can be themselves, if you ask me. This is the authentic new way of just being who we are and connecting with other women from all around the world, and speaking our truth, because we also need to be seen and heard. And we need to be our creative selves. And whatever that is, no judgment, just be yourself. Come here and be you. So
Yes, yes. Also, like I love Substack. It is so different. I also have Instagram, and last year I started on TikTok because I thought that I would. I mean, I love doing videos, and I did like more than 400 videos on TikTok. But I didn't reach.
Wow.
I didn't reach midlife women. I reached like 25-year-olds. And they don't resonate with my, I guess, with my age. So last year I started Substack and started writing articles, and I started connecting with other women, commenting on their articles or their notes, and then when I reached 100 subscribers in April, now almost 2 months ago, I was like very, very celebratory and very happy, and I had this idea to start a co-authored article, like to invite women to send them a couple of questions and to feature several women in one article. So not like a guest post, like one person or two, but like 10 people. And so the first one was joy over 40. I asked 2 simple questions like, what brings you joy after 40? And the women that I had connected on Substack before, I DM'd them, I made a note. And like the majority of the women immediately they said, yes, I would love to participate. And I sent it also to you, Alice, that we had talked a little bit before. I mean, these weren't big relationships because I only had 100 subscribers, so it's not like now I am having like I have like more deeper relationships and do stuff like lives. But in that moment, I was pretty new, and the women said yes. So I did. Joyful over 40. Then I did a second part. I featured like around 20 women. Then I did feminine essence after 40. And it's after 40, but like the women who answer, they are over 40, 50, 60. And I would really like to feature somebody who's over 70, because I think she would have like a really different, I mean, not really different, but like she would have another perspective on these things. And right now I'm doing Beautiful After 40, which is, it has been a very touching article. The first part is already published, featuring 10 women. And the next part is going to be published next week. And you, Alice, will be in it. And it has been, like I asked simple questions to women, and it has been incredible to see how raw and vulnerable the women were. I mean, I was reading as they were answering me, like sending me the answers and the photo. I'm like, whoa, this is like how women talk to their psychologist, or when you go through therapy. This is the level of the honesty and sincerity. So yes, I love featuring women and like celebrating women, because I think like many times we don't give credit to ourselves, and we don't celebrate ourselves enough, and we don't celebrate other women enough. And there's this sister wound that like women compare themselves to each other, and oh, she looks younger, oh, she looks better, oh, I look awful. So I don't like that, and it is so much more rewarding to like celebrate and uplift each other instead of tearing us down. And this is how we all are happier, and how we can grow also when we celebrate each other and share each other's work, for example, and collaborate. Like this is collaboration is the feminine way to grow. It is like not competition, it is collaboration.
Yeah.
Exactly. And that's the way. Sorry, Jo, go ahead.
No, that's fine. I was just going to say, talking about that, I think it's just also being able to hold that safe space for women to be vulnerable, and know that they're completely supported and seen as they are, and there's no judgment. Because I think a lot of people are too scared to sometimes speak, because they're scared of how they're going to be judged, and how they're going to be, how people are going to see them. And so be able to have a container like that, I think it's really beautiful. It's very empowering, it helps women build their confidence, be seen, be heard. So wow, yes. Beautiful.
And I think that's the beauty of Substack, that it's creating this energy of collaboration and this energy of building other women up and showing them what we're doing, because a lot in Western media, which I don't listen to, but, in the past, they say, oh, oh, you're looking for a retirement home and blah, blah, blah. They have all this. And now you need to, I remember being told when I was in my 40s, when you get to 50, you have to have your hair cut short. You can't have long hair because and my hairdresser said, I'll tell you when that time is and I'll make sure, you get it cut.
Oh, yes. Whoa. I'm like, wow.
That was kind of the norm, maybe I could have a short bob or something, And so, yeah, it's very different, the sort of like subtleties of manipulation, even through, say, sitcoms or dramas or all the media, is actually saying how old we are. Like I say in your article, like I feel 35. Okay, I'm going to be 60 next year. Woohoo! But I don't feel that because it is about energy. And look, we're doing all these creative, amazing things. We're learning new things. And for me, that's always growing. If you're learning something new, you're committed to it, or you try something, you don't like it, try something else, whatever. I mean, it's just like, when we're doing that, we're rebuilding, we're regenerating ourselves. We're building ourselves this amazing energy, creative energy. And then we're just sharing it with others. So I think Substack's got a lot to be, thankful for, because I hated social media. I couldn't really write on it. I felt very blocked for all these years of building up. Obviously I have built up a following on these medias, but I never felt comfortable. It's only till I came to Substack that suddenly I felt, oh my goodness, I've written a poem. I can actually share that. And I didn't feel like someone's going, oh, there's a spelling, or, oh, you're not very good at it, because in the world of the 3D, it's very critical, it's very critical. Yeah. That's apparently how you learn to be criticized and to be told that that's not quite right, or that's not very good, or whatever. And that basically is a single element that stops us from being creative. It stops us. And once we can get rid of that, there's no boundaries.
Yes, and also like create for joy and create for the process, and just to have fun, and instead of creating for the result, because like when you work and in the corporate world, like we have to create, we have to do things to be productive, to have a result, to have the numbers, the goals, and that is very draining. And one of I have a program called 28 Days with Aphrodite, and each it's free on Substack, and each day I have a 10-minute activity, because I think we all need to have at least 10 minutes a day. Maybe we don't have an hour, but we have to have 10 minutes a day. And one of the days is like have fun or create something, and just for the joy of it, not because of the result. So, for example, I cannot draw. I mean, I'm not good at drawing, okay, or at painting. But like I had these challenges to myself that I started drawing or painting, and it is something different that you are doing normally. And I have something like called create ugly art. And,
I love that.
And specifically like ugly art. I mean, no, it doesn't have to be beautiful. Because then you are trying to, and I mean, if you cannot draw well in this moment, then you cannot draw well. That's it, right? Or paint, but just to enjoy it. But you say, okay, this is going to be ugly, and then when you accept it, then it's no problem, because we want always perfection, or we want to be the best in corporate environments. Like you have to be perfect and no errors. And when you work with numbers, like I work with numbers, then this is a completely different mindset shift to like create ugly art. Your objective, your goal is to create ugly art. Or I did a self-love challenge once, like for mothers. I offered it some years ago when I was with my children were smaller, and there was one activity which was go slow as you can, from one wall to the other in your living room, as slow as you can, because we all the time we just have to hurry and do a lot, and this is it is just so draining. So like going slower after I left corporate, going slower for me was one of the most important mindset, like things that I changed. But you can also incorporate going slower while we are working, well, not necessarily in your workplace, because I mean, I don't want to say things about like how you have to work, but like when you're outside of work, then rest, like dedicate time to rest, like for example 10 minutes, just don't do anything and rest and go slower. And also what I do for my nervous system and in general, like I don't have notifications on my phone. So I don't have these every time somebody likes a photo or comments or send me a WhatsApp or I don't have notifications, and I put my phone on airplane mode like at night. And also like in the afternoon, like if I have a nap in Spain, where I live, we have this thing called siesta. So I am freelance, so I work from home. I can do this, and like you have a nap, I put on airplane mode.
Nice.
So I mean, we don't have to be reachable for everybody all the time.
Exactly.
We don't have to. It is just so much for our system.
It's overstimulating our system too much, completely. And I think that's why there's so many people with like all the, ADHD, all of these things. It's because of the overstimulation, because our nervous systems aren't ever regulating properly, or like you're saying, going into rest and digest, turning off, shutting down, and completely bringing our bodies back into balance. So yeah, I agree with you. It's amazing. And it's really important that people need to start doing these things.
Yes. Yes, because it's getting like a lot, like, and also the news. Like I don't watch the news.
No,
I mean, it's only bad news, right? I mean, and I don't have to know. I mean, I know the most important ones, but like I don't have to know about everything that is happening in the world all the time in all the countries. No, this is, I mean, we cannot handle all that.
The energy. And it's not healthy. It creates a lot of fear. And that's why as a collective, we have so much fear, and people are scared, and they, because if you're constantly watching it's coming into your energetic field, and then you actually becoming part that, and your energy is part of it. And so you end up feeling stuff that's actually not yours. But, we can't change what's going on. We can send love and we can send good energy out and end of suffering and pray for, the stuff. But actually to sit and watch it all the time, you really are making yourself very energetically accessible to a very unhealthy, energetic field.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how people find time for television. I haven't been watching it since 2014. I stopped watching television, and I haven't watched it since. I mean, I might have seen the occasional film or occasional something, but generally, you don't even have to not watch television, because it's still on social media everywhere. Stuff just appears.
Exactly.
Yeah. And but yeah, going back to I can't draw either. I was never trained to draw. I think
I can't draw either.
But you can sing. We can sing, ladies. We can sing, okay?
Yeah, we can sing. I love to sing. But what I do, which I mentioned in my journal that I just recently put out, is that what I used to do to like offload if I've got a lot going on my mind, I just scribble and doodle and just doodle stuff. And then those doodles become these, I don't have any, I just put my pen on paper and I just make shapes. And then I don't even, I say, I'm not making it perfect. I don't even want to know what's going to come through, because I want it to be just as it is. And I don't want to have any control over I want to make this nice bit, or I want to make sure my pen isn't on the line or something, all that kind of stuff. And so, but then after a while, you'll be really surprised what comes through. And a friend of mine, she was journaling, because I can't journal, I can't write. I said, well, do some doodling. And I said, just close your eyes, do like a scribble, and then go through and just make shapes in it. And honestly, now she's been doing it about 6 months. She's been under a lot of stress, and she's been doing it about 6 months. And now, honestly, her stuff, it's amazing. It's like art. It's she hasn't intentionally on it, but she's just, yes, Alice, I do one every day, and I've been spending like a couple of hours sometime, because she's been living in India with nothing over there. And she said, and they are just amazing now. So it's really surprising when we continue on doing something that
yes, I mean, we get better. Like when I started pole dancing, I didn't know anything. And then I did for 10 years, and like after maybe in year 7 or something, I participated in the year-end performance. I did 5 choreographies. I was at the highest level in the school, and I danced with a sword on my head.
Wow.
And I turned, how you say it? Yeah, I like
Yeah.
turned, and it didn't fall off. Okay, the sword.
Wow.
So I mean, we and also with my pole dancing, I mean, after 3 months, I climbed to the ceiling, and I was like, wow. I mean, if I can do this, then that is there anything impossible? You know? I
Mm.
mean,
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
And we get better at things with time, in a natural way.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's just enjoying them, and then we do them more and more. We find out, you
Yeah.
know, that is what we love doing, and then we share it more, and we inspire others, and then and before you know it, something else has happened. You're on to the next thing. Yeah.
And I think it's
Yes.
just allowing ourselves to be imperfect. Like you were talking about ugly painting.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to give that a go because I really can't paint or draw. But the sound
Yeah.
of that makes it fun because then I'm like, it doesn't matter. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah.
See.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. I will like when we finish the live, I will put that day the create ugly art.
I love it.
I will put it in the article. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Because I think we
Wow.
put so much pressure on ourselves to be perfect all the time and to have everything
Yeah.
right. And actually, I think it's, you know, being really, really loving and the imperfect parts of ourselves is so much more powerful.
Mhm.
Yes, and what is perfect anyway? I mean,
Exactly.
what is perfect and what
Nothing.
is imperfect? I mean, like for example, in a corporate setting, I understand and obviously like 2 times 2, okay, it's 4, but if you say 6, then it's not. I mean, that's not true, right? But so that wouldn't be like 6 wouldn't be a perfect answer. But like, what is perfect? You know?
Yeah. Well, I always say that I'm imperfectly perfect, and that's really what we have to aim at. Because when we're aiming for perfection in any shape or form, we don't do anything. We procrastinate. We do nothing. It's really freezing, and nothing gets completed. I mean, if I had to be perfect, I mean, nothing's been perfect in my life, and that's the way. You know, I'm happy to live that way because you see, I have to make it imperfect. If I go with any intention of getting something perfect, it's like I have to do something so it's not. Because nothing is anyway. It's all a lie. It's all a delusion.
Yes, and
I think
it paralyzes you.
Yeah, and it creates expectations. We end up putting so many expectations on ourselves that then we like also lining ourselves up for disappointment because the expectations that they don't, it doesn't matter,
No. Yeah.
So,
but we've been brought up in a society, like schooling, 10 out of 10. You need to get 10 out of 10, or you're best to get the higher number. Can I have the right answer? They don't say can I have the wrong answer. It's like so it's all been embedded in us.
Absolutely.
And also, as Sheila, says about, how people feel about their bodies and how people feel about looks, like over 35 or something. I mean, I know a lot of people over 35 think they're old. And I just think this is just one thing.
Yeah,
I know. I mean, I know even 20-year-olds that say they're getting old. And I'm like,
exactly.
Oh, my word.
Condition that we're receiving that we need to, remove from our lives. And it's not true because, we're as young as we feel. And,
yes, and also, I mean, old. Okay, I mean, it's a number in a way, but like, if we don't get old, that means we are dead, right? And also, like we are programmed to think that old means bad.
Yes.
And it doesn't. I mean, it's different. Like we can, like, I'm 47, but like I can still do. I mean, I don't know, my body is not like 25. Like in my pole dance classes, there are girls like who are 20, 25, 30, 35, and their bodies were different, but like I'm in a really good shape. But when we are older, we do other things, and also we are like wiser. And we have like so much more life experience, and old should be like more valued. But saying like, like for example, all this anti-aging thing, like when I see the creams, like anti-aging, like I mean, anti-aging means that you die.
Yeah.
I mean, that is anti-aging.
Yes.
So why do I have to anti-age? Right?
Exactly. Well, exactly. All these subtleties that go through everything that people don't even notice. And so they're sort of pressing us for this way of being, which is, it's an illusion as well. It's not possible. Like you say, you wouldn't be here.
Yeah. But once we see through, I think for me, what helped a lot, especially in terms of our looks, like how I look, and in terms of aging, is to see through all the programming that we are receiving from everywhere.
Exactly.
For me, that has helped me a lot. Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Great. Well, is there anything else you'd like to share today?
Well,
Either-
there are lots of things, like because our original topic was to talk about like how to connect to our feminine energy in corporate, and we have mentioned some things.
Yeah.
I wrote down some like some things that I will just mention, like very very little. Like for example, I don't need help. Like many women say, I don't need help. Yes, I mean, yes, we can do it. And yes, we are so capable, but yes, we need help. Everybody needs help. This is like, we can collaborate, we do help and we receive help. So like receive the help, and also like receive in general receiving, like we women are receivers. But in today's society, when we are in our masculine, more in masculine operating mode, we say that, oh no, I do everything. No, you don't have to do everything. So just receive, and without guilt. And an idea like for lunch breaks for women in corporate, like during like you try to eat slower and sit down. And I used to go for a walk in my lunch break. I used to go for a short walk there was a park, and then I could disconnect my mind. And we talked about perfection, and I have this phrase which really I love. Like I had very good grades, excellent grades in school, and I thought that I had to be the best. And then after school, when I became an adult, I thought that I had to be like the best in all my roles, like mother, wife, friend, daughter, employee, and they clash between each other also, these roles. So it's not possible. But like my phrase is that you don't have to be perfect to be loved. And you don't have to be the best to be loved. That is that is for me, like those are two lines that I love. And so I have for women over 40, also under 40, of course, it's good. I mean, it's always good. But I have a program called 28 Days with Aphrodite, and it is free on Substack. Every day I have one activity under 10 minutes, and there is an article, and also some like if some blocks come up, like many blocks can come up, for example, with receiving or with slowing down or resting. So I have help with that. I will link the first day is dance 10 minutes. So I love that day. The first day is dance 10 minutes. I will link it in the show notes after. And so it's free. It's completely free. Anybody can start. And if you need more personalized help, I offer mentorship for women to like basically go from burnout to radiant. And everything that I talked about is included in my 20 days with Aphrodite. Like for example, like wearing red lipstick, like also on the outside to be feminine, wearing red lipstick or cheerful colors, wearing dresses or skirts also helps us connect with our feminine energy in a very easy way and in no time, right? I mean, it's no time. That is not 10 minutes. That is zero. You just put on a dress. And so women can start with that. And also I'm doing on Substack, I'm doing these co-authored articles that I mentioned before, and I will keep doing them because I have grown a lot by creating community and by featuring women. And this is my way of, I don't know, I love doing it, and I'm getting to know so many women on Substack, and also we are doing collaborations like this or guest posts. I'm being invited to other Substack to collaborate, and so the current one is Beautiful After 40, which is now closed, and the next one will be Living Corporate After 40. And I also plan to do more themes, because like about being a woman, there are so many themes that we can talk about and that we can share. Like, for example, women as mothers, or women as mothers who have daughters, for example, our relationship, or with partners. So there are many future themes that I'm I'm thinking of. And I write about all this. So my Substack is called Feminine Energy for midlife women. So if you resonate with what I'm my content, and especially with my energy, then you can subscribe there. And I just announced a very interesting, I love it, new things yesterday, the spotlight on my subscribers. So in June, it is starting now, and I will do it every month. So those subscribers who are like more present in my community, I have a subscriber chat called like Sister Circle, or the notes, or in the articles, or who are featured and want to collaborate. So I will feature in the end of the month in one article 3 people, 3 women, 1 free subscriber, 1 paid subscriber, and 1 founding member. And this article will be all about them. And for the women, like basically my audience on Substack is midlife women who are writers, who have books, who have podcasts, who have YouTube channels, who have businesses, who are coaches, who organize retreats like you. So this is bringing them visibility. Like I will do the interview, write the article, and then send it also to my list, and the women can send them the article to their subscribers. So yeah, this is what I just announced yesterday. Spotlight on my subscribers, because I love celebrating women, and this is like a fun way to do your Substack.
Exactly. No, that's really beautiful.
Yeah.
I think we're all totally sold on Substack. That's for sure. So you must come and join us. I'm Alice at Substack, and Joe is Joe Riley at Yes You. And thank you so much, Tilla, for coming on today.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you for inviting me. It was lovely.
Inspiration for other women and for ourselves. And yeah, let's keep collaborating and enjoying Substack. So thank you for coming on today. And
keep celebrating women. I love it.
And on the replay.
Yes, and we had a couple of comments. It was Tia here and Katerina, and she said, "I love those values, and your long hair is beautiful, Alice." So thank you, ladies, for joining, and we will share this article on our page with a summary what we talked about. And have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye.